Hi, what's up? I'm Audrew. I'm very new at ranting. In fact, this is actually my first rant video ever. I've noticed this problem for a bit and really wanted to get my opinion out, so here it is. I think that we have too high of expectations for the animation meme community. What do I mean by this? Well, for the past year or so, a lot of people have been expecting smooth as butter and highest of quality animations. Is there anything bad with that? Not really. Yes, I do agree that animation memes with beautiful frame-by-frame animation are more pleasing to look at, but what happens when this gets out of hand? I've noticed that a lot more animators are being called overrated and sometimes lazy for not reaching the high standards we have for them. An example of this is Rant. There are plenty of rants done on her, most of them talking about how she is overrated. I agree that the higher in popularity you get, the higher your quality should go up. But I also think that the animators should be able to have fun and feel proud in their creation while doing this and not overwork themselves at the same time. In Rant's rant video, she explains how she basically has to force herself to make animations and how she will possibly stop doing animation in the future. She mentions that she can't keep up with the high standards people are setting, and it really discourages her. That the standards stop her from enjoying making animations like she used to. And honestly, I'd feel discouraged too.
To be honest with you guys, I remember a past few months ago where I was super inspired to be a professional animator and maybe someday work at Cartoon Network as animator and stuff like this. But honestly, after some things that happened the past months, I've been slowly realizing that I don't enjoy doing much animation like I used to do before.
Imagine trying your best on making an animation. It might not come out perfect, but you still tried your best and did what you were capable of doing. And then imagine a bunch of people automatically going into the comments just to point out what you did wrong, not even paying attention to how hard you worked on it. If it's not smooth as hell animation or doesn't have a story or main point, it's garbage. It's just a character moving around the screen, huh? Well, I'd also like to mention that sometimes those videos of characters just moving around the screen can be very visually pleasing, like looking at a nice piece of art. I can admit I love the Dai or however you pronounce it, meme because of the visuals some people have to offer. Take Sleepy King's older meme for an example. I think the pastel colors are really nice to look at, and though there isn't much animation, it's still pretty fun to watch. Now I would like to bring up a comment Ghostface Nicole made a couple weeks ago that I agreed with. Hey, wanna know why many animators stopped doing memes and producing videos in general? I have the answer. Pressure and high expectations. At the end of the day, every animator is just a person behind the screen that attends school, college, or even a real job, and also has to spend time with friends and family members. But community acts as if it's the opposite of that, as if an animator has to dedicate all their time on animation memes and make it over 50 frames with backgrounds, stories, and all by themselves in a single week or two. If they don't, they get attacked by their own fans and are labeled as overrated or lazy. You see, animating is not hard, but it is time consuming. Animation genre is really not easy to produce on a platform that constantly demands you to upload. I always see some people saying, oh, then upload monthly instead of weekly. Yeah, that might work for a high schooler, but what about an animator that needs money to survive? So they do YouTube as a job. Also, only because I make story-driven memes, it should not mean that every meme animator has to do the same. First of all, I do YouTube full-time. I spend 12 to 15 hours in front of my laptop and work on the meme for 2 weeks. So since I have a gap year and free time, I can let myself be able to create more frames or backgrounds, and it's not because I am less lazy than other animators. I just have time, and not every animator has the time that I do. Not to mention, I will probably fuck up my back soon if I keep working on memes until 4 AM every day. I am not suffering from so-called YouTube overheating, but I am tired. But I do enjoy creating stuff. Just as always, keep in mind that animators are not vloggers that can put out content that easily. Like what she said, Other animators have more time than others, and the ones who do have more time may have better results, but that's just because they have more time to put into their creation. Not everyone may have that time, and that isn't their fault. Here's a comment from Sir Fluff I saw in the video Stariat made. Dude, thanks for making this video. Like, I feel the same way these days. I used to do animation memes for fun. Now it's just stressful and not fun anymore because I'm continuously trying to follow people's expectation of butter smooth animation with no loops. But now I feel relieved to know others feel the same way. Thank you. So Staria and Ghostface aren't the only two feeling this way. Also Sir Fluff, and I just know there are plenty more who do too. Speaking of loops, people are getting the image that looping animation is pure laziness. I have to disagree on that. Well, for some parts. Looping, if done nicely, can be amazing. Take Sir Fluff's Canoyo loading meme. There are loops, but it looks stupendous. The animation is bouncy, and even though it's multiple loop animations, it keeps me entertained. That's all for this video. Like I said in the beginning, this is my first rant video ever, and I'm open for criticism and even others' opinions on this topic. Thanks for watching.